In today's video, I'm going to be creating some simple DIYs using these fall window clings from the Dollar Tree. So if you do not want to use a Cricut, if you don't have a Cricut, but you wanted to create some signs, you can pick up some of these window clings from the Dollar Tree and create you some nice signs that have a high-end look to them. So I'm going to get started on the first DIY. Now from the Dollar Tree, I have some of the scrap wood, and I have two of these pieces here. These are the 10-inch wood chunks, and this one is one of the 8-inch ones. And I have some of the other wood pieces, and I have 4 of these wood pieces, and those measure at around 16 inches, I believe. And so what I'm going to do is line these up. And for this project, you can use some painter sticks, and it will work out just fine. And if you have some other wood pieces, that will work fine too. These are just some convenient pieces that I have, and I wanted to create a nice sign to style for Thanksgiving. So because I'm creating a standing sign, I'm just making sure that my placement of these thicker wood pieces from the Dollar Tree is lined up correctly, because these are going to be the pieces that I use to hold all of the other sticks together. And I just want to make sure that they lined up, because I'm going to be putting these on a base with the other wood chunk piece. So I recommend that you use wood glue for all of these projects, but I cannot find my wood glue, so I just am going to be using this hot glue today. But I did put in the Gorilla Glue sticks, but I totally recommend wood glue. But everything should be fine with these signs and me using this hot glue. And so as you can see, I already added the first one, and now I'm going to go in and add the second one. Once I get that complete, then I'm going to add the base to this. And so I'm just using this ruler to make sure that the spacing is the same on both sides. And I really do love how this sign turned out. I want to take a moment to say thank you so much for clicking on my video, and welcome to my channel, Lovely Moments Creating. My name is Jenny, and I create budget-friendly decor that is very easy to do. And as you can see, I'm using that last wood piece to create the base for this sign, and I'm going to go in with the glue to attach it. Now I host Thanksgiving rotating with my older sister, and I've always wanted a sign to place to say Happy Thanksgiving, something really pretty that I can pull out every year, but also blends in with my other decor. So I thought this sign would be perfect. So now I'm going in with the wood stain Early American. As you know, that's one of my favorite stains, and I'm going to go over it with this entire piece. Now I love this style of sign, and I will be recreating another one around the Christmas season. And because I wanted to do something, because I also host, me and my sister, swapping out for Christmas, so I wanted a sign for that as well. And as you can see, I'm going in now with some Waverly white chalk paint, and I'm just going over the center of this sign. As you can see, just brushing back and forth. I don't want to cover this sign, I'm just covering the space in the center, because that's where I'm going to be placing my window cling off of the sheet from the Dollar Tree. So once I get all of that covered, until I feel like it's a nice amount, I'm then going to go in with some Mod Podge and just go over the section where I painted it white with the Mod Podge as well. I do this because it gives something for the window clings to attach to before I go over it with the second coat. So once I get that evenly spread, I'm choosing off of this sheet a couple of stickers. So first of all, definitely this Happy Thanksgiving sticker. I just thought this was so cute and will be perfect. And then I wanted to bring in something else. So off of another sheet I have here, I am going to be bringing in this cute little pumpkin arrangement, and so I'm placing that right at the top. And then now what I'm going to do is go over it again to secure that sticker to my sign with some more Mod Podge. And I'm just adding in a nice generous amount, as you can see, and I'm just going to spread it evenly over the sticker, and that is it. You can embellish this with some pumpkins or some fall florals at the bottom, but I'm just going to leave it like this. I absolutely love how it turned out, and I can just style some things around it if needed. And for this DIY, I'm taking some more of those craft sticks from the Dollar Tree. These are a little longer and they measure around 18 inches, as well as this sign from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to leave the jute hanger on there. I just cut off the tag. And what I'm going to do is line these up, and to connect these together, I'm actually going to be using that other wood sign. I love this technique because it creates a hanger that's really secure and easy. it actually is wide enough to connect all four of these wood pieces together, keeping everything nice and budget friendly. So I'm just making sure I have my placement good so that it's connecting to all of the sticks. And then I'll go in now and add the glue over this entire sign. And as I mentioned, I recommend wood glue. And so once I add my glue, I'm just going to hold that hanger up so it won't get attached, and then I'm just going to press everything down to make sure that it connected to all of my pieces. Once I get that complete, I do want to go in with some extra security. So what I do when I do these signs together is I just go along the sides with a thick layer of hot glue, and I let that completely dry because that just acts as extra security. And as you can see, that hanger is nice and secure, and you can use this as a leaner, which I probably would, but I wanted to create a hanger just in case I gift this later. They have the option to hang it or use it as a leaner. Now what I'm going to do is go in with that same color wood stain, Early American, and give this one nice coat. I go in a little heavy-handed because I like that dark color. So as you can see, I'm just going in, and now I'm doing the same thing in a previous DIY and just sort of going in the center of the sign with that white Waverly paint, and I'm kind of leaving it the surrounding borders with the wood stain. Once I get that complete, I chose a lot of little sayings off those window clings to add to this sign. So I'm repeating that step where I go in with the Mod Podge glue first so that my clings can have something to stick to, and I'm just going to go over that, giving that a nice even coat. And then I'll grab my window clings and just find placements for them. I wanted to have a lot of different sayings on this one sign, so I pulled off a few of the little sayings that I like. And so what I'm doing is first at the bottom, that is that thankful, grateful, blessed, and then I had another little saying that says let's jump into the leaves, and some little pumpkins that I'm going to be adding around, some little leaves, and then I'm also going to be adding the saying welcome autumn. I'm going to be adding that in the center, and I really do like how this sign turned out. It just screams fall. And as you can see, I did pull off a bunch of other little leaves, just trying to fill in the space and make sure everything looked evenly placed. And once I get all of the chosen window clings on this sign, what I'm going to do is go in with the Mod Podge and cover it up to secure everything down. These signs in today's video are very simple, very easy to recreate, and as I mentioned, if you do not have a Cricut, don't want to pull out your Cricut, just want some signs to look really put together and nice for your home, you can choose some window clings. The Dollar Tree have a few different styles. You may can find them possibly at Walmart, but it's just an easy, quick way to create you some signs that's nice looking and also budget friendly. So once I get it completely covered with the Mod Podge, that is going to be it for this sign. I absolutely love it, and I do love that these signs all are nice and sturdy, so I can store them and use these again for the next fall season. Now for this next sign, I'm using one of these buffalo check houses from the Dollar Tree, and I pulled out one of those wood planks out of that 6-pack, also from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint that wood plank using some of that Waverly White chalk paint. Now this is a really cute little sign that you can use for a shelf sitter or pretty much anywhere, and I absolutely love it. It's just really simple and cute. I'm also going to go around the roof of that little house sign with some of that early American wood stain. I thought it elevated it just a little bit. I'm going right over that little chalkboard sign, and I'm going to place the little white board right on top. And now I'm going to go over it with some of the Mod Podge, as I have been doing for my previous signs. And then I chose a really cute little sticker for this, and I just really do love how this little sign came out. And so I'm just making sure that I evenly spread the Mod Podge, and then I'm going to pull off my little window cling, and I'm placing it right in the center, and it says give thanks. And I wanted to add another little sticker. I didn't want to overwhelm this little sign, so I just chose a little small pumpkin, or did I choose a leaf? I chose something, a little leaf, I believe, a little pumpkin, and I placed it at the bottom, went over it with some Mod Podge, making sure I spread it evenly over this sign, and that is it. I think this is really cute, especially as a little shelf center or something. I might end up taking this to my office, but I absolutely love how this turned out as well. Now for the next sign, I have this cutting board that I usually style for the Christmas season. I think I picked this up from like the $5 spot in Target. I didn't have it for like a few years, but what I wanted to do was use the other side, and make a fall cutting board to style. And I always use this just as a leaner. So as you can see, I'm going over the back side with that pumpkin color chalk paint, and I'm going to make sure I only cover the back side because I do still want to style the other side for Christmas. And I thought this was a really cool idea, so that I can just flip it over when the Christmas season comes. And so once I get that nice even coat, I am going to be using some stickers off this sheet, some leaf stickers. Now, I thought I was filming when I placed the stickers on there, but what I pretty much did was just I added the layer of Mod Podge like I did the previous sign, and I just chose a few of the leaf stickers that was on one of the sheets and kind of clustered them together. And here is how it looks after I painted it. And as you can see, the other side hasn't been painted, so I can still use this side for the Christmas season. And so I am taking my little nail file just to sand around this a little bit, just making sure all of the paint is just on this one side. And now when I get to the next frame, I have already added the Mod Podge and added the stickers. I thought I was filming, but I wasn't. And so now I'm just going over with some of that anti-wax to cover the top part of the cutting board, just to make it look more like a pumpkin stem. And as you can see, I added some leaves that I just pulled off of that window cling sheet. And then I am going to take a little string of raffia and just tie it around the top part and create a little bow, but I'm not going to glue anything down because I don't want to have it secured, so when I use the other side of the sign, I can just pull this off. And that is pretty much it. So if you have a cutting board sitting around the house that you use for decor, you can turn it into a really cute pumpkin for the fall season. I absolutely love how all of these projects in today's video turned out. So if you want to make some easy budget-friendly signs, grab some window clings from the Dollar Tree. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video just as much as I did. If so, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel because I would love to have you here. As always, in the comment section below, let me know which one of these DIYs were your favorite. And until next time, my sweet friends, stay safe so that I can see you in the next video.